What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Kind of took a little bit of a break there. I think it's been, 3 weeks since we've done a podcast, Ron's?
Yeah. It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
Yep.
And it kind of sucks, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right.
No, it don't.
Like, we were on a roll right there, and then...
This is a boys' club, man.
Just the season really kicked off, man, and you know, we're not like the early season guys where we got to really attract them a certain way, and that's all they're shooting. I mean, we're on the grind 24/7, and a lot of other stuff going on. You know, it's tough to kind of come in here every week.
Yeah, there's a lot to do though,
and we've had some guys coming into town and stuff that like we just had to make sure we had something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a grind, so I apologize for not getting these podcasts out. Me and Fonzie are sitting with Chris. You guys know Chris. Chris, what's up?
What's up?
We just kind of wanted to jump on here and say we ain't going nowhere with the podcast.
We ain't fucking leaving.
No. We ain't leaving. We ain't leaving. But it's just, like I said, it's been busy. We got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of, trying to get people on with, helps with Glenn. Glenn's helping out a lot with all that stuff. And just the season. Season's been crazy this year. Man.
Yeah, it is.
Season's been crazy. I'll start with you, Chris. What do you think about this season so far?
It's been okay. Not great, but okay.
What do you, in your opinion-wise, how do you feel like about the migration this year? Or just, I mean, you said it's okay, but, I mean, go a little bit more in depth with why it's just okay for you.
Yeah, I think it's been really kind of weird, like hit or miss and whatnot. I don't know, ducks have been moving, like, really weird lately. Like, it's, like, we'll get a cold front, you'll get some birds, but we haven't got that big push, I feel like, with ducks.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'll say in the last week we got them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say I was out on the water today, like, to go get whatever, to go look at that spot for my phone. I kicked up about 400 on the water. Greenheads. Like, in one spot. Yeah. I was like, what the yeah. And then the divers were all over the place. I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I was hunting yesterday, didn't even see that amount. I don't know, because it's been the same wind. And they weren't in the spot at all. They were all corrugated in one spot today, even with the same wind. I don't know if they came over this morning or overnight or what happened, but they're definitely, now they're on the water, they're definitely here.
If you could find water.
If you could find, if you could find water, because we're kind of we're in a drought, but it's
I feel like
crazy shitty wind for us.
This is the most west winds I've ever had, like, or seen in my life.
I was just about to say that. I've never seen this.
The year before this one, it was really, I thought it was really bad, but this is by far takes the cake. I mean, we've had 3 weeks of almost consistent west wind. There's no water. 2
years ago, right? That would have been 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We had another dry fall with that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Another dry fall. So that's kind of just strange. Kind of.
It is, ain't it?
Just think about that.
I wonder if there's any relation to that. There's got to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I started doing a little bit of a blog book with, like, the scouting aspect of it all, and, maybe down the road after this podcast, years and years and years, like, I'll have, like, the whole, this was my blog in 2024, 2025 blog, 2026 blog. I can kind of have, like, a bookshelf going in here, but it also helps me. I use my phone a lot when I'm scouting. And I'll say, oh, this time of year, like, this field usually is pretty good, or this area is pretty good. Because, I mean, I feel like our area is kind of a calendar kind of area.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like doing that blog kind of stuff.
Even on the water, though, hunting the water the past, that's all I've done pretty much. That same shit. Like, this time of year is when November, though. Early November can get good, too, out there. But, we haven't seen shit. But, I feel like the calendar thing is very accurate.
Yeah. I mean, especially September for, like, September geese. Like, you get those calendar pushes.
Yeah.
Which you see, look at
just having a beer, feeling great.
Look at the middle one, man. Look at the middle one. What about you, though, Fonz? I mean, this is your first year back, like your first year real getting after it wise? Like this is your first year, not getting after it. I mean, I know you were getting after it before, like you came back, but you weren't field hunting like this before. You weren't going at it like you are now.
Yeah.
And you weren't even chasing the same amount of birds. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you were chasing, you said on the podcast before, like 150 birds like year round.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
This year, I mean, see 150 birds, we're jumping on it, but it's like, what
I know,
what's out there
crazy.
better? So
What's
what's out there better? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
We see 150, but there's got to be some other better feed around.
Right. Like that one today. I think that one today, growing up here my whole life, that one today is the most I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Around here. That was insane. That was insane. The ducks did not. I mean, it would be 150, boom, land, 50, land, boom, another 100, land, another 50. There had to have been a total close to 3K in that field.
Yeah.
Nuts.
It gets, I mean, I don't think I know I called it.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year when I was like, the last 2 weeks probably going to be the best weeks we're going to have. And for me personally, I can't even believe we're at the numbers that we're at now.
What's the year we've had?
Yeah, man.
I
I just
know.
feel like it's been so slow.
The weather's been slow. And then, like, the times like you just said, Chris, where you're like, weather's perfect. The birds are going to be here. Weather's perfect. We're going to go kill a good amount of birds. You get out there and it's just crickets. And you're like, what the hell is going on? Because this is all it adds up to the perfect formula to have a good hunt. And then you're just kind of stuck with in your hand,
I think the craziest part of this year has been, 2 weeks ago it was in the 70s, and now we're damn near locked up completely.
Completely.
I mean,
and for those of you who don't know, the area that we're in, a west wind like it's been for the past month is terrible for us because it pushes the water out.
right,
where it's literally mud and sand everywhere.
Southeast Michigan, we're here.
Yeah.
And I think we were just talking about a 4 foot we're supposed to drop, and then 13-foot waves are predicting in Buffalo area.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Just because, like, all the water that we're giving them to an extent.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it looks like what's going to look like over there tomorrow in the afternoon.
Oh, I know, right?
All that water all day, because it's going to be 30-mile-an-hour winds again tomorrow. That's insane.
It's pretty wild.
That one storm that we had like 2 years ago, I think it was the highest ever recorded waves at 21 feet, I believe. Wasn't it? Something like a 21, 22?
Really high,
yeah, that's nuts.
I'll stick to my fields, man. I'll stick to my fields.
And the buggers that go out there, man, that hunt that, I give you credit. You guys are dogs, man. I mean, I don't know if you're dumb dogs or you're just dogs for it.
Well, I know Justin and Robbie went out with Tanner and Brad last weekend.
Yeah.
Go old squall, longtail, whatever you want to call them, hunting out there. And the week before, they said it was like horrible. Where they told the kid that they took out, like, you might want to call whoever you want to call because this might be it, man. Like, they were rocking that bad in Tanner's new boat, I guess.
No way. Yeah, you didn't tell me that.
I just found out about it.
Holy shit. That's scary because Tanner's got a big boat, bro. That's like 22 feet.
Yeah. And
what?
I don't think they ended
Deep V2, Chris. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen
Deep.
it.
I don't think you just met those guys this past weekend, right? For the little shindig we had for the party, for the birthday, your birthday, and then my birthday party.
I'm pretty sure I have one of them on social media. Okay. That's where I seen the boat from,
I
got you.
Tanner, Brad are beauties. They're good dudes.
But yeah, then they didn't end up shooting nothing when they took Robbie and Ryan out.
Man, imagine to almost dying and not shooting anything. That's like my worst fear.
It was a week prior that
I got you. Okay.
They ended up shooting quite a few. But this past weekend, they had some boat problems.
Yeah.
But
some real problems.
Yeah. There were some things that, I don't know. Ryan said he would go back. I keep on saying every year that I need to try the layout boat, but I can't get away from these fields, man.
It's fun.
I can't.
It's fun.
What, layout hunting?
Oh, yeah.
I've only done it twice, but yeah, it's fun.
It's
so different.
Oh,
you're just laying there in the middle of the water, like, you feel so isolated, but you also feel so intimate because the birds are literally 5 feet above you.
If that, yeah.
So what would you guys rather pick, like, in that aspect, like a field hunt or Layout hunt.
You're asking, you already, what would you say? Because I think he already knows the answer. He's just fucking with us.
I'd do a layout hunt.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you too?
No, field hunt.
They just do it so dirty. But they do it so dirty both ways.
Mallards in
so
a field, though.
That's true.
Well, I'll say this.
Bluebills.
I know.
I'll say this, though. They do it dirty for the right people in the right fields.
Yeah. Yeah.
The right people in the right fields.
Yeah, you're going to have some random guy out there invite you to a field that doesn't know what's going on.
I got you. All right, I thought you were saying something totally different. But all right,
you're going to be shooting birds at 70, 80 yards away.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I ran into a couple. I ran into a couple situations in Wisconsin like that last year, and it was just guys that I think did that exact thing what you just said. So everyone kind of stopped hunting with them because they're like, man, this guy doesn't. And yeah,
I think that's kind of crazy. I mean, teaches their own on how they hunt. But for me, like personally,
I don't know.
If I'm not having them land damn near in our decoys, it ain't doing it for me, man. Like I want to figure it out to where like they're doing it,
suckered, and they're convinced.
I mean, even this year alone, I've ran a couple different decoy spreads that I normally have never ran before, and I've been weary about it.
Yeah.
The last hunt and the permanent blind, both of you guys, I think, both of you guys were there.
Right.
Right? Yeah, you guys were both there. And because it was like that peekaboo spread that we ran.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You were there?
I think so.
The
You talking
peekaboo.
about Brandon?
Yeah, when Brandon was with us.
I think so, maybe.
Wasn't he
You weren't there, I don't think.
No.
What, he wasn't?
Wait.
When we ran the decoys like way out in front of us and they kind of like came across.
With Brandon, the CO?
No, I was not that
Yeah, I
one.
was saying, I don't think you were there
Okay.
on that one.
Okay. So, but like even like that kind of spread, the wind was at our face, complete opposite of what you usually want.
Yep.
I threw the decoys out there, 80, 90 yards out.
Yep.
But then I threw another group way out to our right, like 150 yards way out to our right. And, that's something that you're not going to see that from, like, who runs it like that?
Yeah.
But it worked. I mean, we shot, 33 birds?
Yeah, 33.
So, I mean, and then even last week on your birthday there, it was a weird spread just because of the situation. I mean, we get there, we were supposed to save it for the last weekend because it was a juiced up field, and I don't know, it was kind of just a weird spread in my opinion. Like it was just weird for me where, one, the farmers out there tilling up the field while we're hunting.
I mean, not even 100 yards from us.
Right, and then two, we might have had X amount of birds, like decoys to our left, but all of them were to our right, and we kind of had like had a weird shape inside of the pocket, but they were, I mean, what was our furthest shot? Maybe two flocks at 40 yards ish.
Yeah, about 40 yards.
And that was only two flocks out of the however many birds that we shot.
Yeah.
I mean, every bird seemed like it was 25 yards and then
With a band.
Dude, so speaking of that,
Tell me.
so I will. So we shot that bird, for those that you don't know, because I mean, I don't know, the post pile pictures, whatever, on social media.
Yeah, fuck all those guys that do.
It was, what you laughing for, man?
Because I do.
Yeah. No. But like it's just I haven't posted a lot. It whatever. It is what it is. Like you posted, I care less. ESPN. So that bird was a 14-year-old band, right?
Yes, sir, from Ontario.
That's all it said.
No specifics, just Ontario.
Brandon ended up getting the band, and like the big guy from the banding, organization emailed Brandon about wanting more information on that bird because something didn't add up.
What?
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear how this plays out, because it did say somewhere between the banding and where it was killed, it said something where the encounter didn't add up. That's what it said in the report.
Right. So,
which is weird, bro.
The guy ended up emailing him yesterday wanting like pictures of the bird. So I had to send Brandon pictures of like the pile. I didn't save like the video of like the band thing that I took, but yeah, like he wanted more information, which is like super strange in my opinion. I don't know the reasoning behind it. I guess maybe it was because it was that old of a bird. I mean, I've never seen a bird that old.
Me either. I've never been around one that's been killed that's been more than probably 3 years old. 5 years old, probably max.
I think I have one band on my lanyard that's a 10-year-old band.
That's even pretty old, bro.
Did
not get killed?
I shot it in New York and it was banded in Cincinnati.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was my first band ever.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Which draw for it, or you kept it? Like they let you have it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
If I remember correctly, it was like one way out where everybody knew I shot.
Yeah.
And they gave it to me.
Oh, that's cool.
But at the same sense, like I feel like it was like one of the first hunts, so like here you go. You know, but whatever.
It's like the two kids I hunt with, neither of them have a duck band. If we were to shoot one of them are gonna draw for it. You know what I mean?
Right. But the guy said that he was gonna give Brandon more information on the band once he got more information about like the hunt.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like
whoa.
Like a physical picture of the bird.
Oh, okay,
and
okay. I'm like, what's he want to know about the hunt?
No, I mean it was just it's just strange. I never heard that before.
Yeah.
And like I said, maybe it's just because of how old the bird is, and I never heard it was banded in 2014, but hatched earlier.
Yeah.
I mean that band was paper thin.
Like if he had to cut the leg off and slide it off, because I think if he would have tried to open it with pliers, it would have snapped. That's how thin it was on that one. And it had two BB indents in it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that was from us or
I don't know.
Who's to say, but
I don't know.
That's pretty wild.
Well,
I wonder if it was on another bird and somebody like took it off or something and put it on a different bird, or I don't know. You know what I mean? That's kind of weird.
What's crazier is how it all happened, though, too.
Oh, how he drew for it?
No, because
how you found it?
Nobody knew we even shot a band that day.
That was sweet.
Did you know or no?
No.
You actually just was sorting them out. And
I was piling them up for a picture.
Yeah, and then it just...
I swear to God, and I seen the one bird sitting there, and it had like a clump on its foot of snow. And I was like,
Oh, that's probably why we didn't see it to begin with, because
right.
the snow was actually like 2-3 inches.
Right. So
that
I was
makes
like,
sense.
man.
I'm like, how the hell did you not see that?
Yeah, right. I mean, granted, we were piling them out like
Yeah.
in the decoys and stuff, but I grabbed it and I was like, before I grabbed it, I was like, man, I bet you there's a band underneath this, all this snow. And I grabbed it and I felt the band. I was like, no way, dude.
That's the reason why I post those pictures too, though, because for me, it's like the memory. I can look at that picture and remember Devin Slaughter was being an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Brandon drew. What's that?
He ate the remote.
I know. Brandon, all of us drew out of the hat, and Brandon literally was the last. All of us drew white shells, and the only one left was the red one. He goes, sweet, you know?
It's between him and Brian.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy about
and then Boomer was there. Like, I posted a picture of Boomer, too. Like, shit you don't forget.
That hunt, you know, out of a lot of the hunts this year, I mean, we've
that was fun. That one was fun as shit.
We've had a pretty dang good year for how slow it's been.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only 21 birds, I think, off of our total for last year, which I think this year, I mean, you know, knock on wood, this upcoming weekend we should be able to top that off with combat guys. But I feel like we've had a pretty solid year with how slow it's been and with how warm it's been.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Why? What's on Birdie?
Nothing. She's just got a scab from her e-collar. It's pretty big though. It happens in the water.
But for you guys, I mean, Chris and you, Fonz, like this is your guys' I guess first year hunting here with me wise.
Right.
I mean, we've never hunted until this year. What are your guys, especially Chris wise, like what's your reaction on the hunts that you've been on? Because you've been on quite a few this year with us. I mean, what, 3 or 4, I'd say?
Yeah.
And I think maybe one was
the first one, yeah.
with the traffic field.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the one that was like, what did we shoot? Like one goose, was it? No, we didn't even shoot a goose. Yeah, we did. We shot like two geese and like
a couple ducks,
5 ducks or something. Like, what's your opinion on the field hunts, or what we've been doing, or what you've been seeing, even like in the field wise? I mean, it's got to be kind of a whole new experience for yourself.
I would say, like, hunting with you, you can tell how much work you put into it, because we're doing pretty good. Mm-hmm. Like when we're going out there, like it's not a bad hunt at all.
Yeah,
and you can definitely tell like the work you put into it to make it.
I don't want to say just me.
I'm not, or everyone.
Yeah.
So
say,
like,
damn, Chris, geez.
Sorry,
now I'm playing.
Yeah. So,
geez. What was that? Donkey kicked the door, man. Drink some more water.
I think that's a huge difference, though. Hunting with guys who actually care about hunting and put the work into it, and you're reaping from the benefits of it. And I think that's been really cool. It's refreshing to hunt with guys like you guys.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's the same thing I'd say with me.
From last year wise.
Yeah, the guys that I hunt with, right? They love to hunt, but they're not obsessed like we are. Like like I'm obsessed. Like if there's a way that I could do this and make the money that I make now, all day long, that I wouldn't even hesitate. I would blindfoldedly jump into that. Do you know what I mean? It's just got to be an obsession. The guys I was running with before, for them, it was like, it wasn't an obsession. It was like, let's go check the same old holes. Let's go. It's like, man, we got to be different. Like I had an issue with that last year with the group I was running with. I knew where all the birds were. They were 20, 30 miles south of us, but I was running with kids that didn't even want to go down there and try to ask for permission because they thought everything was locked up. I'm like, I guarantee you we could find a traffic field or something where they're not, you know what I mean? So it's really refreshing, like Chris said, to hunt with
it's
our
hard
group.
to find a group like that, though, in reality. It's hard to find like a passionate group to where you're like...
Where there's not a lot of bullshit, too, involved in it.
I mean... I will say every group's got their own BS. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's
every
what I mean.
Group's got their own little like niche, I guess you want to say. But even like for us, where I was just telling, I think it was Carter and Mike the other day. I think it was yesterday when we were getting the house ready. We say we're gonna hunt 8, 10 guys, which this year, 10 guys is pretty heavy for us. I mean, this year we really slimmed it down on who we're taking out. I think we've only hunted 10 a handful of times.
Yeah.
Like not last year we were hunting like 12 to 14, mainly every hunt.
Yeah.
So it's been nice to kind of slim it down a little bit. And even when we're hunting like 7 to 8 guys, it doesn't even seem like it's that many guys.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like everything kind of just flows together, and I don't know. It's I just feel like it's a lot different than people make it out to be. But I also think that a lot of people make it more stressful than it needs to be.
That too. And I think for me, because I've hunted with groups, you know what I mean? Like I've gone on hunts and blah, blah, blah. And like when I get there in the morning, it's kind of gay, but I get excited to see the guys. You know what I mean? Like I get excited to see Brandon, bullshit with Brandon, pick at him. I get excited to see your dad and pick at your dad. And
Brandon's an angry guy, man.
It's just, I don't know, man. Then like when Chris shows up in Devon that one morning, I'm like, dude, I don't know. We got a good group and it's fun. We're having fun. That's the biggest thing too, is like, yeah, it's definitely a side job, but we're having fucking fun doing it. You know what I mean?
Job. It's definitely a side job.
We're having a lot of fun.
I mean,
I am at least.
Oh no, I mean, if you're not having fun, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
All day.
Then you might as well.
I was just gonna say
do
that.
it.
Yep.
But the side job aspect, man, it's crazy, man.
I know.
With trying to get this podcast out every week, and I know we've been slacking a lot, but like with the scouting aspect of it all, I mean, you both know that I'm out there every day, whether it's worth it or not. I'm still doing something out there.
Right.
And yeah, it's a toll. And you know, a lot of the time you find these guys that you're hunting with, and usually at this time of year you're like just over it with those guys.
Yeah.
And I've talked about it before on the podcast. You know, it might take some time to actually find that group of guys to really figure it all out, and you're on the same page or whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
our group looks out for each other too, man. Like, it goes beyond hunting.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I would always tell people, like, yeah, like in the summer, like we're on our boats at the islands almost every day. Like, we're hanging out, or we're at Jake and Lauren's having a fire, or, you know, if somebody needs something, somebody knows a guy for that. And it's just, we're all helping each other out. And it's like a big, it's a huge just family. And we bicker and fight like family, like brothers. But it's all good, man. It's good.
That's one thing that, like, even for like you guys this year, coming over and hunting, you know, down in Arkansas and the bigger groups, and you know, we've had run-ins. Not run-ins isn't a good word for it, but you times that you've thought that, say, the dog wasn't doing good, or this wasn't going good, and then I'm glad that we could get you even into a situation where it's like, man, it ain't even that big of a deal. Like, I just want to sit there and like enjoy the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that, and that's what it's about.
To relax. Sit there and relax and enjoy the hunt, right? I've always, like, what he's trying to say is I've always hunted, like I told him this the other day, like I've always hunted with people where it's like big groups that do take it serious too, but it's like, if my dog went and grabbed that duck and didn't come straight back, or maybe did like a loop and came back, people are looking at me like, why aren't you scolding that dog? Why aren't you frying that dog? You know what I mean? Like, and to hunt with these guys and to be able to bring my dog as much as I do, and you know, be able to, if she's out there getting a goose because she's super small, and burn a flock or two and it's no big deal. That's like, man, it's just, like I said, it's family, man.
Refreshing.
It's refreshing. It's literally like, for me, it's like my second family, you know?
It's like what you were saying earlier about like Boomer and Brian taking Boomer out. Like,
yeah, that whole situation. You're right.
I love Brian coming out. The work that he's been doing for us, and the shots that he's been getting for us. I mean, it's been awesome. Amazing for us.
Brian's a good dude.
To be able to have him talk to me and say, hey, like, my dog's never been on a field hunt. Like, do you mind if I take him out there?
Yeah.
And for him to trust us for shooting around his dog, that's big with that many guys. If you've never been on a field hunt and you're going to trust us with that dog out there, that's big for me, because it's like, all right, you trust us. I mean, the dog's family, obviously.
Yeah. But
then, two, to be able to give him that opportunity to bring his dog out there.
Yeah.
You know, in the first flock, he was struggling. Like, it's just is what it is. But I could tell he was getting upset, and it's like, dude, it's his first hunt, whatever.
First field hunt. You shouldn't even have an expectation.
No, don't worry about it. But then the second flock,
in the snow too, like in shitty environment or weather.
The second flock, I think we shot like one or two times, and the dog busted out. He's like, man, he never jumps like that, and it's like, dude,
totally different sitch, man.
It's a field hunt. It ain't water where he can just
sit there and
that's it. Like, he's just sit there on a pedestal, and he's got to swim instead of just walk like he normally does every day. It's just ain't no big deal.
Right.
We still kill birds. Like, we still got it done. Like, it ain't no big deal to me. Like, if you want to do that, like, everybody was in that same situation with their dog at some point in that dog's career.
Me, man, this year.
I mean,
same shit.
In reality, I mean, it's one of those things where we're very fortunate enough to say, hey, the dogs might burn a flock or two, but don't worry, there'll be more behind it. Yeah. You know, I mean, that's the moral of the story of it all. So, I mean, those opportunities like that are like I guess you could say opportunities. The opportunities that we're being able to give to other people, with us being as fortunate as we are in allowing other people to like come along with us, you know, that means a lot for me. Like, I just enjoyed having Brian and Boomer out and like them sharing that time. Like that right there, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we could have shot 10 birds that morning, and I'd have been fine.
Right.
Especially with the tractor out in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
You could tell how special that was that day too.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It was.
I went up to him and I was like, dude, I was the same way you were. Like when I first started hunting with these guys, I would get pissed. I would be embarrassed. And I'm like, dude, don't even worry about it. I go, the best group to probably bring this dog around to do this for the first time is our group because we don't give a shit, you know?
Yeah, it
ain't about that. It ain't about, you know what I mean? It's about him getting to share that experience with his dog for the first time and see his dog go do some work on some Canadas, you know? Like, he's never got to do that, so have at it. You know what I mean? Nothing to be embarrassed about, nothing to get mad about.
And I'll say, too, even, like, not even, like, I don't want to say not our core group because I include these guys into our core group almost. They just don't hunt with us every day.
Yeah.
But like the Ryan, Robbie, Justin, Drew, Mike, Carter, Liam, like all those guys, oh man, like having those guys even on like the back burner, not even the back burner, that's a bad word to say, but like to have those guys in your corner, I guess.
Yeah. Sharing the pie, man.
It's just
everybody wants a piece of the pie, but when you're able to share it like that and be able to incorporate people that don't do it all the time,
you don't get this opportunity that we have often. Another sponsor I wanted to bring up was Gibraltar Duck Hunters Association. Whether it's from youth hunts to cleaning up the beach to dinners, anything just in the community alone is an amazing thing to team up with these guys, and can't speak highly enough of them. From everything that they do, it's absolutely amazing, and I highly suggest anybody out there that has a local DU or just a small association, highly suggest teaming up with those guys and giving back as much as you possibly can, because if not, who knows what the future holds. Like I said, greatly appreciate those guys letting us team up with them, and I really cannot express how excited I am for the future. But back to the podcast.
right?
Like this upcoming weekend, which I'm hoping this podcast is going to drop Friday, but the combat waterfowl's coming in. They're bringing
Sean Stamali, dude.
He's supposed to be coming up.
Yeah.
We got the videographer coming up this weekend. We got a bunch of guys coming up this weekend for the last weekend of our season. And, even just the opportunity for them guys to come up and get to know those guys through Mark and Migra and those guys, very thankful for that opportunity. But to have our friends in that area to be like, hey, yeah, if you guys need a spot, like, we'll help
got you
out.
guys, yeah.
Yeah, like that. That's special, man.
Yeah,
like nobody has that.
No.
A lot of guys are like, well, sucks to be you guys. Like, we're going to hunt our hole, and I'm not telling you even nothing.
Yeah.
That's some special stuff.
That was kind of like the way we ran around last year. The one kid I used to run around with be like, dude, don't even say a word to anybody about what city, what area. Don't even, I don't know. And we had some opportunities where we could have linked up with some other guys, but the guys I was with were not about that shit.
To an extent, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to say the pins where we're exactly at, which I feel like a lot of people probably do.
Yeah.
Already know, but I'm not going to say nothing crazy.
Right.
For people that don't. I mean, not that I'm worried about them taking the spots by any means, but at the same time, less people, I guess, snooping around, the better.
Right.
Because that one person that's extra could ruin it for that whole area, I feel like. I just feel like it's, like I said, it's something special, and you don't run into it a lot.
What's been your favorite thing this year so far? What's been like your favorite?
I don't know, man. I've been stressed a lot this year.
I know.
To be honest,
I know you have.
I've been stressed a lot this year with the hunting aspect, and I'll say the one thing, I put too much weight on my shoulders with it all. Like I said, I mean, it's hard for me a lot of time when I'm out there every day.
I know.
And the money aspect going into gas and whatnot. So, I want the hunts to go as good as they possibly can go. And I get mad that we don't shoot a bird out of the 5-pack that comes in because it's
Yeah.
like, man, I put all this time and money in and we can't even shoot that. Like,
I know.
what the heck? So, I mean,
We did have a good thing going where I was trying to drive as much as I could to help you out.
no, I'm not, and I'm not even saying like nothing like nobody's helping me out because everybody's helped me out.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying nothing like that. I'm just saying I just been stressing, and there's been a couple of different like reasons why, obviously, but I think it's lack of water this year and how hot it's been. I mean, it was 70 degrees. In the
You
middle
see
of
the weather
November.
coming up for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday?
What the
No.
heck?
55, 50, and 60 degrees, dude.
Man. So that's what I'm
We're
saying.
in
like,
December, my man. We're almost in the middle of December.
Yeah, mid-December.
And then you're talking about 55 and going back up to the 40s and shit. Like, what? I remember when I was a kid, we had snow in the end of October going into November. We'd have like 5-6 inches of snow on certain days. Like, I don't know if this is the new trend. I don't know.
I think it's just a big cycle, to be honest with you, with the weather. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the kind of stuff that's been stressing me out.
I was talking to some old boys at the launch, at the DNR launch. They knew you. It was Jeff Teeter from Web Connections, who I know. I've talked with him a little bit. And then it was some other Gibraltar guys, older guys. I forget their names, but they knew your dad and they knew you. And they were saying they had a time like this back in 03 to 05 where they said it was just like this and terrible. But I'm like, 03 to 05, we've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now with the weather. I'm like, so when you said that, I'm like, is this going to be the new norm or is this just a bad spell of a couple years, you know?
I think it's just a big cycle, man, to be honest with you.
El Nino.
I mean, if you really break it down, there's a whole science, but I'm not going to get into it all. But like, it's
You don't want to use your biology degree?
no, because I don't got that. But
Damn near.
I mean, I'm pretty. I don't know. I'm not even pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna just drop that conversation. But I just think it's a whole cycle with the way that everything goes, and over time, if you look back on years, it's just the same thing. Like it's just a repetitive cycle.
Yeah.
Like it gets hot and cold and hot and cold, and people want to say global warming, whatever. It's a cycle, man.
I'm going to call Bernie, see what he says.
You know, I'll say this, man. You can call Bernie, but tell Bernie I said this. How did dinosaurs die?
Meteor hit the earth?
Okay, it burned out, right?
No. That's technically not what happened, but kind of. What actually happened was it did burn up like that with lava in certain places. But what a lot of people don't know is that when that meteor hit and all that lava and all that smoke created a humongous dust cloud around the earth, which stopped the sun from shining down on the earth, and only mammals survive because they have fur and we're warm-blooded, not cold-blooded, don't depend on the sun.
Okay,
so that's what killed off the dinosaurs.
Kind of example there, though.
Yeah.
It got hot, right? It was
Yep.
hot, and then it froze. Everything started breaking off.
Yep.
Did you hear what I just said there?
Breaking off.
No. It got hot, and then it got cold.
Hopefully it gets hot and it gets cold.
It's a big cycle, man. It's a big cycle, and that's just what people don't understand. It's just, I don't know. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own opinions on it. I just think it's a big cycle, and you know, a lot of people are worried about the birds. Oh, I wish the season was later, this, that, and the other. In reality, it's like, man, you can't have season go later because of the breeding season.
Yeah.
And as much as everybody would like to go out there and pound the birds or whatever, but you want to be able to have birds for next year, too. I don't know. But, Chris, what about you, though? I mean, is this your first year kind of even, like, getting after the field hunts?
For the most part, I've done field hunts, but, this year has been a lot. I've been going on a lot more on field hunts than I have. So,
I mean, I feel like you're almost over even. We might even be over 100 geese just with you out there with us.
That's on you.
Right or
Killing
no?
all them birds, man.
I don't know about that.
Sharpshooter.
I feel like it's somewhat
gotta be
close.
Yeah. I had some good hunts.
I don't know. Maybe I'm off on that.
At least 50.
Yeah, I'd say like probably
I-
50, 60.
Yeah.
I know for a fact over 50
Yeah.
because the permanent blind and then
Last weekend.
that's
Yeah.
over 50 just there.
Yeah.
And pushing 60.
Oh yeah, 30.
So I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's and here's the thing too. Even like getting with Gibraltar Duck Hunters Association, getting some of their guys out, our guys out. I guess I don't know why I always say that too. Like it's not like we're not a part of it. I always like kind of like
they're their core group. You know what I mean? Like they're
there is, but we're in it though too.
Yeah.
Just like those guys. I mean, we
help out where we can.
Yeah, 100%. But I always talk like it's like not us, which maybe that's. I mean, not that I don't feel that way, but maybe I just feel like we don't do enough, even though we're. Doing what we can.
Yeah, everybody's got a lot. I mean, especially with ours, like we just said, we got a lot going on
Right.
just our side of the hunting,
Right.
let alone all of everybody's work and personal stuff
Right.
and kids and this and that and yeah.
Which getting you guys out there this year, or see, there I go again right there. But like maybe hopefully they see that more, that like it's more than just like what we're posting on social media. Like there's a lot more behind the scenes stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they definitely appreciate it though.
I mean, I wish I could take everybody out every weekend, man.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I would, but it's just not reality, unfortunately.
No.
I mean, especially with the year and stuff,
It gets hard. Yeah.
And you know what else it gets? Warm before it gets cold.
I hope. Because they said this year was supposed to be cold. And they lied.
You know what, though? I don't know if you remember this. We were hunting Brandon's sweet cornfield, and there was a woolly bear there. No, you don't remember because you were on the other side of the blind. Sid was holding the woolly bear. You know what the woolly bear is?
No.
It's a caterpillar. You know what the woolly bear is? You guys speak, man. You got a mic.
Yeah.
No, the woolly bear will tell you the winter that you're going to have. I don't care what the Farmer's Almanac is going to tell you. The woolly bear will tell you the winter that you're going to have.
You ever seen the pattern on them?
What colors are they? Because I have some.
Like the orange and black.
It's a big, thick, it's like an orange and black caterpillar.
No, I haven't seen.
I swear to God by this, man. I swear.
I haven't seen one of those.
I've heard that, though.
When it got cold, though, like in October there, when we had that cold snap, I still had caterpillars under one of my plants, like a bunch of them.
No, these are, you would know them. I'll show you after this podcast gets done. The woolly bear tells you the winter that's coming.
Just by being out?
No, it's the color on them.
Oh.
Whether how much orange they got on them or how much black they got on them will tell you how much like of a bad winter you're going to have.
But wouldn't we have already had that bad winter?
This was like September when I was seeing this, when we hunted Brandon's that day.
Yeah, but we haven't had a bad winter up until now.
What bad winter? This ain't a bad winter.
That's what I mean.
That's what.
Oh, you're trying to say it's saying we're having a light winter because of the color.
Well,
got you. A light or cold winter. It'll tell you.
The woolly bear will tell you what winter we're going to have in the time.
I got you.
I'm telling you, man.
Is that fact or is that what people like?
Someone's
Is that like an old myth?
What was it? That was kind of weird.
That was loud.
Yeah, that was really strange.
I pause it.
Whatever. No. Who cares?
That was really loud.
Yeah, that was weird. But the woolly bear, dude. I don't know what it is. Like I will follow that if I see it.
Okay. No, I've never heard that.
No?
I'll
have to show you what a woolly bear looks like afterwards.
Yeah. It's the yellow and black ones, I think, right? Is that what you said?
Orange and black.
Orange and black? No. The yellow and black ones I've seen.
It's almost like a bronze almost. It's weird. Very weird. I don't know. That's what I go after. Whatever you guys say on
You'll see them like August, September. That'll determine what your winter is.
Really?
That's why I was always told that.
What color was the one Sid had? What did it favor? when you looked
I
at
want
it.
to say it had more black than orange.
So what did that prove true to be? Light?
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Because that's really interesting. I've never heard that ever.
I'm gonna look it up because I don't want to say something and it be completely wrong.
Woolly bear. I thought he was saying like rip or something. He's holding the woolly bear. I was like, you holding him back?
Right here. So.
Oh yeah, these ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So harsh winter, more black. Moderate winter, half and half, I'd say. Mild winter, more brown. Winter begins harsh, ends. Like there's a whole thing on them.
Yeah.
Man. I want to say hers, the one that we seen that day was kind of like that.
I wonder.
The mild winter, the more brown, the more mild.
I wonder if that has to do with like retaining sunlight, because black retains sunlight. So I wonder if like they turn all black because they want to retain the most sunlight that they can during that harsh winter, if there is any.
Well, it's hard to say that because it's more of a early fall kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it's like hard to say. Like it's hard to say that they're that color because it's that time of year where it's still hot out.
Right.
I don't know.
Crazy.
It's cool though.
Dang dogs. One thing from you both though, from this year so far, that you look at and you're like, man, wait a minute. I'll even backtrack a little bit, man. I'll backtrack it. You asked me this year what I appreciated, what I was like excited about. Was right? That was a question you just asked me. The migrant hunt, the people that you learn that have your back throughout the season, that'll be there even if they aren't out there every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, probably this weekend is what I've been more excited about.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of hunts that it's like, yeah, it makes me excited and whatnot, but it could have been a little bit different. Not that like I'm not appreciative over it all, but like, this, that, and the other. I wish so-and-so was here or whatever it may have been. But the migrant hunt, obviously, that was a huge opportunity for us with Mark coming in. Opened up a lot of doors for us, and I'm glad to have those like Mark and to be able to see like what we do around here. And that's what I'm kind of excited about this weekend with Rob coming in from Combat Waterfowl and having him see what we're all about here.
Right.
But like I said, the people that have your back without you even knowing they got your back, like that's big. Over time, I'll say that there's periods in the hunting, like as you grow as a hunter, there's like the killing stage, or like just getting out there stage. There's a bloodthirsty stage. There's a taking people out stage, and then there's like just taking picture stage kind of thing. Like you just sit there and just it's kind of like a full circle thing.
That's what Paul explained to us really well. Like he put that when he told us that, it was totally different perspective, man.
That hunt too. I enjoyed that hunt with Paul and his boy.
Yeah, that was cool.
And Mike and his boy. And I'd like to have Mike and his boy out again too. Mike and Caleb.
Yeah.
I'd like to have those guys out there because he was coming out quite a bit and then he kind of just stopped. Oh, you wuss.
Get too cold for him.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about you. But yeah, I'd like to have those guys out there again. I don't know. There's been a lot of people that we've taken out for the first time this year that I've enjoyed being out there with and sharing the fun with and giving them the opportunity that we were able to.
Like my buddy Jake, dude.
Yeah, same with him,
dude, you don't even know how much like that was my buddy Jake's first field hunt in Michigan ever. And we grew up hunting together like when we started. That's who I started with when we were going on our own. Yeah. You have no idea how much that meant to him. Like he still calls me like that got him back into like wanting to hunt. You know what I mean? Like and then he won a band. He was just like, he still, like, he sent me shit today about it, like, about different types of shit. And I'm like, that's the kind of stuff, man, that makes me so freaking happy because that's like one of my brothers.
Bibs, man.
Huh?
Tell him to give me some new bibs.
Barnesy?
Yeah, tell him to buy me some. I'm just joking. But I mean, like giving those kind of guys the opportunity, though, that's what does it for me, though.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. And I don't think a lot of people see like the steps. Like I was just trying to explain it, like you were saying that Paul does. I mean, that hunt alone with Paul, I mean, that was one of my favorites too. I don't know. People just, like I said, overthink it. They just kind of complicate things where they see all the social media stuff and people succeeding and doing good with it all. And then they try to just really hammer down on, like, I don't want to say the dumbest things, but like the most simple stuff and like really get on people about it. And it's like, man, if you just did a little bit more homework before you actually hunted, it would be a lot more simple for you. Like if you just did a little bit more work, like you're going to see this stuff on social media and whatever it may be, but that ain't hunting, man. Like you're not seeing what goes on
behind the scenes, man, to make all that happen, to come to that picture.
Right. Like you're not going to pull up to some island or like some shore bank that's going to happen every single time. Like,
right. Some island or shore bank. Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just going to be one of them things where like you got to put the time in, man.
Yeah.
Like, so what, you guys stood up for one flock or whatever, one flock burn. How many times this year that a flock's burned us on a hunt? Damn near every single hunt.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't even tell you how many times.
But nobody really cares because there's another flock coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things where
it ain't that deep, man. It's hunting. At the end of the day, you're hunting with your buddies.
Right. And how many times, like...
How many seasons you going to get?
Do you hear that, though, from people like, oh, so-and-so was doing this, so-and-so was doing...
Skinning geese out in the field, man. Like, I don't know. You know?
I don't know. But going back to the question, what is something that you, like, you know, for the field hunting wise, that really kind of, like, stepped you up, or, like, what, like, you've appreciated more than anything? Not even the field hunt, but just this year wise. I don't want to say field hunt because that's bad, because I don't want it to sound like just the hunts that you've been on with me. Like, I don't want it to be like that. Just this year in general, because I know you've taken some trips and stuff like that. Like, what this year?
Major, like, key takeaways.
Yeah.
Key takeaways this year definitely is, like, I was so skeptical about hunting with more than 4 guys.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people are, though, that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm never going to do it. And then this year came around, and you were like, oh, come on out. And I did it. It was awesome.
Oh,
it's awesome. And, like, and everyone's talking to each other and, like, having a good time.
There's no cliques with our group. No. Everybody's tight. Yeah.
Yeah, and it really opened up my eyes.
Well,
doing that.
Some people are. We'll talk about it after. You might know what I'm talking about. Go ahead, though.
So that was sweet. That was fun. I don't know what that's probably it. Really, like, that really opened up my eyes and, you know, changed my mind about, you know, hunting with other people and whatnot.
It's hard to break the barriers that you're not used to in the hunting aspects of everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's hard to do something that you've been on the fence, and, you know, you see these groups of guys out there. You're like, man, I ain't gonna hunt with 10 guys or 12 guys or whatever it may be. Like, there ain't no way that's even safe.
It's kind of intimidating, honestly.
It is, especially for, like, the guys that are coming in for us. Why, like they don't know nobody. Like, for you, like, the first time you hunted with us, you didn't really know nobody.
Yeah.
But then you actually sit there and kind of take a step back, and you're like, I met these guys this morning, but it don't feel like it.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
You know,
especially like last week, it was, you know, it was like all day thing. You know,
yeah. Oh yeah, it was an all day thing for sure.
And I consider those guys that I met, you know, last week,
right,
you know, friends now.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That was really cool. Yeah.
Right. I mean, what? Shoot, we woke up at. Well, we were late. The next.
I was up at like 3:30.
No, I was on time
Friday.
that day. I was on time that day. I think the next day I was late. So we woke up. I think we got there at 5:30, right? Yeah, we got there at 5. No, it was like 6 o'clock. We ended up getting there.
Yeah.
Because of the snow.
Snow was bad.
Because I almost got taken out that morning. So it was 6 o'clock. We got there. Man, it was close, man. When I almost got taken out.
Oh yeah.
was
When that
bad.
semi turned on the or whatever,
Yeah,
that
just
car
little-
went sideways.
Yeah, it was bad. Chris seen it because, like, man, I'm telling you, and
He
no,
sped up, and I looked
He
back.
pulled that. He pulled that sidestep
No.
Iverson on him, man.
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
I'm telling you, everybody
Step back jumper.
can think I'm crazy. Like, it might sound like it's gonna sound like a good story, but it's a legit story. Where I seen that car getting sideways, and I'm glad somebody was there to like witness it, because when I sped up, man, that car was within a foot of us.
Dude, I swear to God, that has to do with sports. The vision. The seeing it before it happens and the catching it real quick and making a split decision. I will always firmly believe that is from sports.
Well, I think it was.
I've been in one accident my whole life. I've avoided a lot that were other people's faults just by quick decisions.
I think a lot of it has to do, though, too, with what we talked about last night, when we ain't getting like too crazy on this,
right,
and we're like paying attention to the surroundings more than other people.
Yep.
Because, like I said, I'm glad somebody else seen it, because it was bad. But yeah, we got there a little bit late, and the next day we got there a lot of bit late. But that was
Sorry.
that was a good hunt, though.
It works out.
That was a good hunt. But yeah, no, I'm glad though, because I mean, there's been a handful of people that, you know, they say the same thing as you, and then they come out and hunt with us and realize, like, it ain't all bad like everybody says it is. You know, maybe on the water it's bad to do that, just because of the fact that there ain't that many. Not that there's not that many birds, but like there's not that, like, you don't have the same opportunities you do in the field.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And you could say what you want on like the private land and public land. You could say what you want. You still got to do work both ends.
Both ends of the
100%.
spectrum you have to.
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So like the whole waterfowl aspect on public and private land, unless you got some flooded cornfields that you're going out there like every other weekend or whatever and hunting that, like you can't tell me like the dry field hunts are any different than public. Like, do your work, man.
Yeah.
Put the time in.
100%.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Right.
I don't know, but that I mean, what was that about it for?
That pretty much it. Other than like, you know, meeting, like, you know, actually like really meeting you guys and meeting everyone else, like your dad and everything like that. You know, the relationships that come behind, you know, hunting, and I think that's it's absolutely awesome. The people who you can meet, and it's such a tight knit group. Hunting in general, everyone knows everyone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
Especially
so
in
tight.
waterfowl.
We're the 1%. I think it's like 1% of America is hunters.
Oh, that's
like that.
crazy. I didn't know that.
I think it's that. I think that like it's one
I
of
think
the
it's a little
least,
bit more than that.
might be.
I think it's
yeah.
like 4.
That's still
I know
so
it's like
low,
I'm
though.
pretty sure it's the single digits.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that though.
It's one of the smallest groups, like organized groups in
Yeah.
America. Yeah.
That's wild.
Well, in kind of going off of that, you want another one, man?
No. I'm good.
Oh, you wuss.
Oh, I am a wuss. I was feeling great.
So you want another one?
No, not now. I mean, I was spinning. I felt pretty good. Those things are cool. I'm gonna start buying those.
$3, man.
That's
Is
it.
it really? Let me see that.
They taste good as shit too. Like they taste good. That's a big thing for me. If I'm gonna swallow the spit, it tastes good, man.
That's the thing though. Where I talk to these guys, even the guys that I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he's huge supporter for us wise, like as the Great Lakes group and everything. And you know, a lot of outsiders might think differently of like, oh, these guys are a bunch of cocky guys, this, that, and the other. And I'm glad that I'm able to sit back and be humble about everything. And I mean, I say this every time somebody comes in. If I'm eating, everybody's going to be eating.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I'm able to like just give everybody the opportunities to do stuff, to come out into the fields for the first time or whatever it may be, or meet new people. Or there's too many cocky guys nowadays.
It's so funny you said that, man. Because when I hunted with my high school buddy and his friend yesterday that listens to our podcast, he's like, man, you guys kill a ton of birds and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I can't believe you're out here hunting public. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, I'm like, and if you met Kyle, like, we're nobody. We're nothing. Like we're nobody different than anybody else. And I still will be out there a day or two a week if hunting public. You know what I mean? Just to get out there and hunt, because you only get so many days to do it.
It's just one of those things where, like you're saying,
and like you couldn't believe it. You know,
who are we?
Right. We're just normal guys with a 9 to 5, dude. That hunt the weekends.
That
you
post
know,
a couple pictures on our social media.
That's right.
Have some apparel and have a podcast.
That's it. You know, and we do it because we freaking love it down to our goddamn core to do it. Every aspect.
I had a company today call me, man, and they're like asking a bunch of questions. Like, listen, man, like, what's normal guys? We do weekend warriors.
Whoa! You're making this too difficult. We're just some normal motherfuckers, man.
But, I mean, that's it though, and that's what's crazy. Like with like the combat guys, the migra guys, like even GK though, like with Glenn and all them guys, it's like, what do you see, man? Like we're just out here doing our thing.
I think that's what's gonna make us outlast the tail of time though versus everybody's group, because we'll always have that mindset because that's just who we are. You know what I mean? We're just that way, like all of us in the group.
You know what else it is though? It ain't about the likes on social media. It ain't about nothing. We just got, like you said, the passion behind it all.
Yeah.
We don't care about nothing else besides just getting out there and grinding, man.
That's
it. To
it.
be honest with you, we're just doing our thing, and you know, when me and Trav started this whole thing off, it's like, you know, we'll see where it goes and go from there. And you know, if we start making money on it, then great. But if not, we're still doing it because we got the passion behind it all.
Yeah.
And even deer season this year, man. Like I don't know. Like I don't even think a lot of people don't understand. Like we took 3 weeks off of bird hunting this year.
Yeah, we all went out and deer hunted quite a bit. Yeah.
And we've had some good opportunities on deer this year, even too. And I've probably deer hunted more this year than I have previous years.
Yeah, you've been out a lot.
Yeah, man. I mean, can you blame me?
No, I never will blame you for anything to do with hunting. If you want to do it, go do it. But I can't blame what you're chasing.
That's what I'm saying.
And the amount that you're chasing, I can't.
That's what I'm saying.
If I were you, Moon, I'd be on it every day.
I know.
I'd be wearing spots out.
I might as well become a sovereign citizen, man.
You stop paying your taxes and shit, you'll have more money to buy some shit. You know what I'm saying?
What's so funny?
Nothing, man.
You got black socks on or something?
Yeah, I got green one.
No, I mean, even deer hunting and stuff, and like, I don't know. I think that's funny that your buddy even says that about hunting public. I don't know. I told my buddy yesterday, I said, I wonder what people, like you said, like, or what we were saying, like 3 or 4, 1%, whatever it is. It's small.
Oh yeah.
And I wonder what people are seeing on the outside compared to what it actually is on the inside.
What's going on, guys? I'm Dakota with Gator Decoys. So we're just going to give you a little brief overview of our company. So I made these awesome products called telescoping spinning wing decoy poles. In our company, they're called Gator poles. So if you have a Mojo or a Lucky Duck, whatever it may be, and you need to get over 4 foot tall, check them out. GatorDecoys.com. Also, for you guys hunting up north where it gets super cold and you're tired of beating your poles in the ground, check out our new bases that come out just for you guys. You can thread them into the ground with an impact and attach our poles on top, and you're good to go. Decoys also should be coming out soon this year. So keep us up, or we'll keep you up to date on our website and Instagram. Check it out.
And I think that's like, not that we really watch what we say or do because we don't really got nothing to worry about, whatever it may be, but it's just, what do people see looking in? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, to be able to teach or help someone grow in the outdoor industry, that's big for me, and I'm just giving my 2 cents half the time.
Yeah.
Not that it even means a thing.
Right.
I'm just doing my 2 cents. It works for us, and I'm not saying it's going to work for you guys.
Everybody, right? Yeah.
But if you want to try it out, so be it. I'm glad you
I'm here to teach you and show, or give advice where you want it.
Right. And I get a lot of people even too, like on social media, where like they're asking about spreads or whatever, and it's like, man, I don't know. I'm not there every day. I don't know what to do, but just might be what I do.
Yeah.
But don't do it and it doesn't work. Come back at me. Like
yeah. Right.
Sunday, man. Sunday, prime example. Sunday we go out. We get invited on a hunt with Mike and Carter and them guys and his Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben's rice.
We didn't shoot nothing, man.
Yeah.
I felt so bad, but at the same time, it's like, I felt like this. I'm not gonna go sit out there for nothing.
Yeah, that was a tough one though. That was a lot of things not in our favor.
No, it was.
The
Did you
field-
hear about that?
Yeah.
It's just
The field behind us was fresh cut. Pretty much, it was the same field just across the road. It's fresh cut, no hide.
So the birds were in our field that night, but they were in the field when we hunted. Let me backtrack. They found the birds in the field across the street, which we had permission on. The birds jumped that afternoon to the field that we hunted the next morning. So that's the latest information that you got on the birds. So you're going to do the same thing. And we set up in the same spot. We had the same spread, which the spread seemed kind of small in my opinion, which it wasn't, but it seemed small. Did it to you or no?
Yeah, just because of the layout of the field,
it
made it hide some of the decoy. And from our perspective, for me, it felt like when I looked, I'd have to go like that and look and see the decoys. But I mean, they see it over top. But yeah, it felt small. It was only 4.5, I think.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
We got some guys coming on the podcast soon that I got some questions about the hills and stuff like that, man. Because
that's more I want to learn about too. Yeah,
there's some questions that I never can get it all straightened out with the hills.
Because I've heard mixed things about hills and rolling hill fields. I've heard many mixed things about how to hunt that, and I want to see what's consistently worked for somebody else or somebody that's.
I mean, and at the end of the day, too, it's just like us, where you could say it, and don't mean it's going to work.
Right.
It's just going to be what will work for them in their area.
Yeah.
And I'll say too, a big thing that I've learned this year is everybody in this industry, they're just people at the end of the day, man.
That's it.
But people think that they're way up high.
That's something I can't wrap my head around.
I can't either.
Because it's like I always say, it ain't like you play in the NBA or the NHL. It's not like you're like.
Then, though.
That's what I'm saying. Don't motherfuckers, they go home, they're dads at the end of the day. They go home after a game, and the first thing they want to see is their kid and wife and sit down and just chill like they're normal. They
playing the game
put their socks on the same way everybody else does. That's what my pop always says.
So what I can say to that is it can be very intimidating, but once you take that first step, it's like the most welcoming world you can ever get into.
Yeah,
100%.
It really is. I took the chance with like Point Malay and Gibraltar. Never thought anything about doing anything like that.
Yeah,
and it's been like some of the greatest times I've ever had.
Yeah,
I mean, even when I heard you wanted to contact us about everything, it's like, well, just contact us. I mean, I don't know who we are compared to anybody else wise. You know what I mean? Like we have some of the biggest guys in the industry lined up for the podcast. And maybe not even even outside of the industry, like some of the biggest guys lined up on the podcast. I think nothing, like it's just normal guys.
Conversations,
you
man.
know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
It's pretty wild when you break it down like that, though, man. It really is. Like,
it is.
I don't want to say the guest wise, but like the guests that we're possibly doing tomorrow night. That's the OG of the OGs, man. Like that is like the guy. And I ain't even stressing about it because it's another day.
I'm excited to talk to him.
No, yeah.
I think it's gonna be cool. You can have a lot of information. I mean, dude, that's
the one thing that I'm nervous about is like I always get nervous every single podcast.
Watch your phone dying.
That too. We got to redo that one. Speaking of that, but asking the right questions, I guess. And I'm not even like after we get done with this one, how do you guys think that went? I mean, that's every single podcast we do, right? But that's just me making sure that we get good content for everybody out there listening. But I don't know. I think a lot of people just need to take a step back once in a while and just kind of breathe, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Keep it simple. Keep it fun. Make sure the people around you are having fun. You know what I mean? Keep it light.
Make sure you're having fun.
That too.
You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. Because if you're not having fun,
right,
then you're probably not going to be letting everybody else have fun. I mean, it's probably going to be a little bit miserable for everybody around you.
Oh yeah.
Which I try my best with it, but it gets tough.
It does. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of time and effort.
Which it shouldn't be that way.
Put into it.
It shouldn't be that way. When
No.
you think about it, because at the end of the day, me, you, us three, we can't control what's going on out there. We can control what we control, and that's it. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
What you laughing, man? You want another one? No. So, I mean, for you, though, this year, what's your biggest standout so far? I mean, I'll say, I mean, we're getting, obviously, down to the wire for the last of these
key takeaways or
regular season. But
key takeaways.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've already talked, I think, about, like, my favorite hunts and shit. I think the biggest thing for me coming into this year and doing the podcast, finally being able to get a route down to scout, learning the area again fully. I think it just, like I said last time, like for me, it was like, because I come with experience, and it's where do I fit into this big moving fucking truck? This truck's been moving, and this truck's moving. This truck looks good, but where do I fit in? Where can I help this truck and add a wheel? Where can I add a wheel to make this fucker move a little bit faster? You know what I mean? And I think that was kind of what I was most nervous about coming into it.
We on 35s, man.
Because it's a lot. Because you got to learn a lot of different personalities, and like, because think about it. Think about your dad and Brandon. Those are two different people, right? You got to learn the way both.
Throw Kenny in the mix.
Work Kenny too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're learning everybody. You're trying to learn
throw
how to converse, not conversate, but how to vibe with everybody. You know.
I'll dumb it down even more.
Go ahead.
Both Devons.
Oh God.
Right there, though. Right there.
God,
if
bro.
you figure out both Devons, you'll be all right, man.
For real, bro. Yeah.
I mean,
that was the biggest thing for me is like, where can I come in? Where can I come in and help? Where can I come in and just try to take weight off whoever's shoulders that's been doing this for past 5, 6, 7 years, whatever it is, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that is big, especially any new group, because you feel like an outcast most of the year. And I'm sure you probably have felt that way for a certain point of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Until, I mean, I'm sure you felt that way when you first like hunted with us the first couple times. I mean, everybody will feel that same way. But again, it just goes back to the same thing I just said. Like, everybody's just
normal motherfuckers.
That's why you gotta take that leap. Just take that leap.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the truth right there, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go until someone. But I will say, though, this is a key point. You find a group that actually like says something, not the group that like, oh, you did this, you're out, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to like communicate. The
yeah.
Communication between a group.
Oh yeah.
Like you said, there's a family besides. Like, it's a hunting group, but it is a family at the end of the day. You know,
that's the biggest thing for me too. Is like, I know if something happened to Weston.
Oh yeah.
And we had to hunt the next day, I know nobody's going out to hunt because that comes number one, and everyone's gonna see how we're doing or what's we need. You know what I mean? Like, it's for real, man. Like,
we'll have something lined up.
That's what I mean. It's family, bro. At the end of the day, and I think that's what makes the truck so fucking shiny and moving so fast, man, and doing so good.
So for you guys, we're both agreeing on that. For new hunters coming in, what is your biggest advice? I guess I know you said just take that step, but other than taking that step, I mean, what's the biggest advice on even just letting people in and just trying for that group? Because, you know, a lot of people are just even scared. They hear how cutthroat the industry is, you know, and it takes a lot to be like, hey, this is my spot. This is, you know, this is all this stuff. What's your guys' advice on that?
I'm going to say, number one, what I said before. See what wheel you could add to the semi.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2, be yourself. Don't try to act like you know way more or everything or blah, blah, blah. Be yourself. Even sit back and just watch the way everybody does everything in the morning. Sit back and listen to people talk. Sit back and just take everything in and just be a sponge for your group and learn, like I said, learn the semi, learn how it moves, and just sit back and just be yourself. And that's my biggest, I think, tips, for new people going into it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really realize what being yourself means until it's here, I guess.
Yeah.
Because if you think, to be honest with you, you just said that, and I'm like, man, that's, I hunt with my dad, obviously, so that's one thing. But growing up, you're sitting there and these guys were bird hunters, these guys were killers and stuff. I got to act all funny and goofy all the time and kind of try to fit in. And it's like, you're going to find a group to just fit in by yourself, like where you don't got to act that way. You just going to act like yourself.
Yeah.
But at the time, though, even people listening to this, they're not going to understand that until it actually, they reflect on themselves. And they're like, man, I guess I was like, I don't hunt with these guys a lot even, but I was myself with those guys, and it was a lot more fun than the group that I'm doing. I'm going with every weekend now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a good point for sure.
What about you, Chris? What you think?
You covered a lot. But I would say, like, don't be afraid to, like, ask a question. Don't be like,
yeah, that's another big thing. Yeah.
Ask, like, hey, you need help? You need anything,
right?
Don't be afraid to ask.
I ask him that shit in the morning still. I'll still be like, why are you doing it this way? You don't think this way? No, I know this way because, the bird's over here and this is what they do.
You did get me on one morning, though. It was with Mark. You got me on the one morning.
With Micromark?
Yeah, you said the bird's going to land that way.
They were just all piling up that goddamn way, man.
And I know why
and
now.
And I hated that they did that.
I know why now, but in the morning time, though, it didn't look like it would have been that way with the wind that we had and stuff. But no, that is a good point, though, asking questions, because, again, not that I know everything, but I'm just going off of what I think that would work.
And you've been hunting that area and that spot for a while, so you already got the indication to know a little bit,
I would feel pretty confident, though, even, like, hunting other spots, though, where, like, they would go pretty good, like, they would work us pretty good.
Yeah.
And we'd be all right. But yeah, I even told like apprentices that I work with, everybody was at that same point at some point in their career, whether it's hunting or their actual like life career, where they didn't know anything or they were trying to learn more and more and more. And if you kind of just be a dick to somebody for asking a question, like the shame on you, man. Like, everybody's out there to learn.
That's how you ruin somebody, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
You make them feel like an idiot for asking a question. That's how you ruin somebody.
Everybody's out there to learn. And you were the same person at one point.
Oh, God, yeah.
So why are you turning that
right.
person down? But, yeah, that's a good point, though.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to help with anything.
Yeah.
Like the first time when I went out with you, I was like, what can I do?
That was kind of a difficult hunt for the first hunt. It was because we were cutting the weeds down to try to make that hole and stuff. It was.
We had a fucking 2-3 homemade 0 turns.
You can't be that guy just standing around.
Yeah. I did the same thing you did when I ever first hunted with them. And his dad was, I couldn't believe how put it this way. I couldn't believe in my mind asking a simple question like that, how appreciative his dad was. His dad came up to me and was like, or told Kyle, he was like, man, that guy asked how he could help, what we could do in the morning. And all I did was be like, what can I do to help? That's it. Give me a job. Give me something to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. That goes a long way. I agree with that a lot.
I mean, in reality, look where from that first hunt till now.
Holy shit.
If that first hunt wanted to go on that way per se.
Yeah.
We might not even be doing a podcast with each other. You know what I'm saying? Just like throwing an example wise,
right.
Like that one small like question and stuff, you know, it's just, I don't know. Don't ever think you're
I agree with that a lot.
Worse than the guy that's doing anything. Don't feel like you're like calling a random shop for asking for like where can I help at?
No, yeah. Be humble. You know.
Like I said, sit back, man. Take a back seat.
Yeah.
Learn from the guys that you're with because they know more than you do, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes. The area I'm more speaking about, like what you're hunting, where you're hunting, and shit like that, and
well,
what
if
works
you get invited
in those
on
areas.
a hunt, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You got to.
Yeah, don't sit there and try to run the hunt.
You could. I mean, that's a good conversation too. Like throwing maybe, you know, options out there for what to do or what you would do. Not pushing it, but like throwing options like, hey, what if we did this or what if we did that? You know, that might not be.
Yeah, to me, that's never wrong either because I feel like I just feel like in this too, like people see things different. It's like sports. People see. Not every pitcher throws the same way. You know what I mean?
Right. As long as you're not coming across just a
dick. Yeah.
I mean, that's
like a douche.
You're just out there to have a good time, man.
Like a Lou, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she wearing black socks. Thinks that she you know, that's why the birds are landing by the trees over there.
You like that? You like that? Oh wait, that low spot. Okay, it's low down there. That's what, bro. I can't. You just gotta tune it out. She just gets excited.
Just send me, man.
Yeah, right.
But anything else, Chris? For like you, that kind of.
No, I think that covers a lot. You know, between what Alex said and what I said. I don't know what else.
Yeah.
You know, just be yourself. Like you said, like be yourself, be humble. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to help. And then like, even after the hunt, you know, hey, you need anything else? Like outside of hunting, you need anything else?
Beer. If the boys are having a beer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice going to Fenders, man.
Yeah.
After a good hunt.
That spot is that's the spot, man. Their food is good too. That's what's tough. I can't ever say no because it's not like the food's shitty to where you're like, man, I'll go to McDonald's instead. Their food's good.
We drove over an hour to go there after a hunt.
Was that this year?
I mean, I'm not going to get too many details on how close we're hunting.
No, I know.
How far we're hunting, but.
Was I there? I don't remember that.
I'll just leave it at we ain't going to get too many details of how close we are. Like how far we're from.
Maybe it was 2 hours.
Maybe it was 2, maybe it was 3.
Yeah.
But we've drove a ways to go eat there.
Okay.
We got Lou Jr. over here, man.
Shut down ever.
I don't know. Anything else from you guys? I mean, what's your guys' rest of the season look like? What are you guys kind of expecting or hoping to see? I guess.
Honestly, on the water, I don't think I'm going to see a whole lot.
Yeah, because there ain't no water.
Where we're at.
There ain't no water.
Sand and mud, man.
Yeah.
I think more ducks. I think I'm excited to see more ducks, you know? Your dad likes ducks, too.
I think there's going to
be Your dad always in the morning, man. Wish some mallards would come in, man. Hopefully we get some ducks.
The mojo out there.
Should we put the mojo? Kyle, what about the field, man? Kyle, why are we leaving him in the trailer? He loves ducks, man. I love ducks, too, though. But
I love the ducks in the dry field. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like in a dry field, if there isn't a lot of ducks out there, maybe there's 50, maybe there's 100 mallards. Right?
Yeah.
Them ducks are going to come to them geese decoys, man. That's
all day long.
I think that. But I will say this upcoming weekend, charge the mojos up.
Charge them up, boy.
Because we got the weather now. We're running with the 10 dozen or whatever in the.
What you think about the flocka flickers? Putting them on the ground.
Not for this weekend.
No.
Not for this weekend. But I'll say this. We got about 3 dozen sleepers.
Yeah.
They're going to be rolling with our about 10 dozen full bodies.
Mm-hmm.
and then might be rolling with about Carter's 5 dozen full bodies too this weekend.
Good.
We're gonna be rolling
Good.
this weekend, and I'm thinking maybe Friday night we setting them up.
Okay.
That way we can just jump out there and hunt
And hunt.
have a good time.
Yep.
I think them
I
sleeper
like that
cells-
idea a lot.
I think them sleeper cells, man, are overlooked by a lot of people in the field. Whether it's got snow on the ground or not, especially on the migrator days, because if the migrator geese are flying through and they see a big spread like that, I don't know if you guys know this, but if they're touching down with a bunch of geese, they're sleeping in the middle of the field.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever walked up on geese like that.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
will
I
be
have.
sleeping in the middle of the field.
Yeah,
like that.
I have. Deer hunting, I have.
It's pretty bizarre, but
It scares the shit out of you, though. Oh, yeah.
It's confidence, man. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's confidence.
Those
I don't know.
coot field decoys out there.
Yes, sir.
Cooters. I don't know. I think
I'm excited. I think the split's gonna be good. I think this weekend's gonna be awesome. Even looking forward to February, late season, because that was when I first hunted with Kyle, and that's when usually the birds are like, they're here, a lot of them, and they're here staying. Yeah, so the backyard spread. So yeah, man, I don't know. You think you're gonna hunt water a little bit more
I might.
this
We'll
weekend
see.
or this week or
I
whatever?
don't know. Kyle asked me to come out with him this weekend, so I might.
Yeah, with us.
Yeah.
What about you hunting tomorrow or Friday?
I want to, but we'll see.
I know some boys that are going out tomorrow morning. I just don't. I kind of advised them not to, but I said, man,
It's
I
gonna
said with
be-
this wind, you got to go find the water.
You got to find the water, and then when you do find the water, is it safe?
Is it safe? Is it going to hold? Are you going to wait? Are you gonna not wake up, but are you going to realize at 9 o'clock when you're like, oh shit, this water's like only an inch, and I got an outboard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I think, though, whoever hunts tomorrow morning, I think will be pretty good. I think tomorrow's going to be
Yeah.
– I think tomorrow's – if whoever hunts water tomorrow is going to be real good.
Well, they're still going to hold water.
Yeah.
They're.
not for long.
If you go over by the new statue that they just put in,
Yeah.
that launch there, there's water still there. And there's a tiny little island right there, if you know where I'm talking about, right there.
Yep.
That whole leaf, whoever hunts that tomorrow, you better go with 6 or 7 guys.
That was good, man. How'd you do that?
Do what?
You just bleeped yourself out right there.
I do it all the time, man.
That's
I got to do it at work. I did it a couple times earlier. You didn't catch it?
No,
Oh.
that was good.
I've been saying jokers a lot, too, and I never said that my whole life.
Yeah, see right there. That was good. I like that.
I said, man, look at them jokers. I said,
You know who you got that from?
you
Probably me.
jokers. Jokers right there. That's what your dad says that shit, too.
You know what I say too? I know we talked about it already with like Boomer and Brian and them guys coming out.
Yeah.
But even like, listen, just cancel your headphones real quick. Chris, I'm talking me and you, mano y mano real quick. You're going to laugh on this one. Just letting you know.
Let's hear it.
I'm glad, like the hunts, like I know I said Boomer and Brian before, but I'm glad like we were able to give like even Mark and Cody the chance to go out with themselves, like together wise though.
Yeah.
That don't happen a lot for a lot of people, like to have the chance to shoot some birds.
Yeah.
With your son. And
God dang, one of these dogs just farted. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm glad that we're able to do like that kind of stuff.
Cody was just mad excited. Mark's great dude. There's
You want to smell that?
mad.
I smell it.
I think my nose hairs is burnt off.
Yeah, it's like Lou when she takes her shoes off.
Yeah, for them black socks. But yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't even Cody just that day either. It was even Dylan's buddy.
Oh yeah, he was excited too, Bull.
But like I said, to give people that opportunity to see that, because if
And they're very appreciative too, which
But if you really think about it, though,
I like.
and I don't mean this in a cocky or arrogant or disrespectful way by any means. I mean, I hope everybody listening, like you guys, already know that from me. Like I'm most
Down to earth.
try to be, yeah, for sure. Nobody really sees what we get to see, man.
I know. That's funny you said that because I was just telling Lou that today in the car. I'm like, I don't even think. So sometimes I just sit back and think of like how lucky I am to have the opportunity to hunt with you guys and like to see what I saw today and to know, like when I was out scouting, to know that we do have an opportunity to hunt that field. That's shit you see down south. But it's straight green in Canada's, which is even better. But I'm like, that shit people are running guides on. And we're out here doing it as fucking friends and fams and as buddies, you know? Yeah. I don't know.
It's pretty bizarre
pretty cool
to be able to just, whose field is that? All right, I'll text him up real quick.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a very, and that's why I'm glad that we're the way that we are to be able to give, like I said, like Mark and Cody and Dylan, his buddy, and you, Chris, and Brian and his dog, Boomer, like,
and Luke.
And Luke, yeah.
You can't leave Luke out.
I know, man.
We haven't brought Luke out, and I want to bring Luke out this year, especially if
Luke ain't been hunting, though. He hasn't.
Yeah, but he needs to come out with his orange jacket or hoodie, whatever he's going to wear.
Did he wear it? Is that what he wore last time?
No.
Oh.
But he likes orange, man. He likes orange.
He does like orange. It's my favorite color, he said. I said, hell yeah, it is.
But he's got a dog that likes peanut butter, too. But I'll just say, yeah, like, to be able to give like people those opportunities, though, I'm very.
That's what I mean, man. Like I said earlier, my buddy Jake too. Like you don't even know how far that went with him. Like he's never seen that in his life.
Paul and his son too. I mean,
same shit.
It's Mike and Caleb. I mean, I don't know. It's just stuff that I think about where, especially that hunt where Mike and Caleb went and Paul and his boy came in. What are you gonna like go out and kill 2 bands of blind mallard and 26 geese? 2 duck bands. What we kill 7 ducks that day.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them were
6
banded.
or 7. Yep.
2 of them were banded.
Yep.
And then blind and 26 geese. What are you gonna be out there to be able to like? I don't want to say give the opportunity to because that doesn't really sound right to me, but like
you're gonna pay for something like that. Like you'll have to go somewhere and pay.
Yeah. But like you know
what I mean?
don't want to say give the opportunity to like because that doesn't sound right to me. Like
I know what you mean.
I'm allowed.
I think people know what you mean though.
Like I'm very grateful to be able to have the opportunity to
show someone
that and
give someone that experience.
To where it's like it's buddies.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's serious, but it's not as serious, and they feel very comfortable, and they feel like, okay, I'm surrounded by like all my buddies, and we're all joking and shooting the shit, and it's not like you're paying to go out there with a guide, and
having a good time.
He's doing everything, and it's very militant. You know what I mean? It's
And
I know what you mean.
I know I say to a lot of people like when I'll bring Mark and Cody back up, like I told them 6 o'clock when we were there at 5:30 starting to set up and stuff, and they're like, well, why didn't you call me earlier? It's like, man,
we got this shit.
I just want you guys to sit there and just shoot, man.
Right.
Like I just want you guys to have the best day that you could possibly have out here together because for me, I'm very fortunate to be able to go out there every day, even though me and my dad butt heads, but to be able to share the blind with my dad every day. Not a lot of people could say that. And he might not think that I'm grateful for it, but
it's just pops.
Yeah, we butt heads a lot, man.
Oh, it's just pops, though.
But I'm, I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
Like he get a little sentimental here. Like he can't say that like about my grandpa. And going out bird hunting or anything. I mean,
shit, I can't say about my dad. My dad don't even hunt, but that would be the coolest thing in the world if my dad even just came one time to do
Right.
that with my dad.
Right.
And for my
Right.
dad to see what I've been doing for the past
Right.
almost 10 years.
And just to get that itch.
Just to see it.
Yeah.
Just to see it.
Right.
I remember the first time my dad and everybody up north was making fun of me when me and my buddy Bailey went out bird hunting. Why you bird hunting in the middle of the rut? You guys are dumb for doing that. And then now look at us. It's like
yeah.
he's out there every day.
Right.
But, like I said, to give Mike and Mark and Paul and those guys the opportunity to do that with their boys and stuff, it's just, I don't know. I'm truly grateful for it all.
Yeah.
They'll remember that forever too.
Oh, yeah.
I hope so, man, because that kind of...
It is. It's awesome to be able to, like, share those opportunities with those people. And and they're like, man.
Mike and Carter even.
Those guys took care of us, man. And those guys, they're cool as hell. It ain't serious,
That's, I think, one of the biggest things that drives me, to be honest with you. Not the amount of birds. I mean, I care less about the amount of birds, but the opportunities that we're being able to give.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys
I agree. No.
Got anything else? Anything else
No.
that for the rest of the season? I know we're coming down to the last week for the South Zone. Nothing else that you guys want to touch on? I mean, we'll have another update.
No, but you better if you're listening to this, you better get out there this weekend or starting tomorrow, because you're gonna kick yourself in the ass if you wake up Monday and you only got the split left.
It's crazy,
isn't it? This was by
it.
far the fastest duck season or bird year I've ever experienced in my life. This felt like it was only a month and a half long for me.
Same here. I agree.
Was it because that we've been grinding like this and it kind of just went by that fast?
Yeah,
You think so? Like, it was just like
we do a lot. Like,
we're in it, man. We're in it every day.
we do the
even
podcast.
outside.
We're always planning people for the podcast. We're doing the podcast. We're up here. We're scouting. We're talking amongst each other. What's going to set? How we're going to do this? What we're going to do? Where to go look? It's a lot and goes by quick because there's so much to do.
I mean,
You
I don't know. It's pretty wild.
I wouldn't have it any other way though.
No, I wouldn't either. I mean,
I've had so much fun this year. It's not even funny.
It seems just like yesterday was October, though. It's crazy that
Yeah.
we're already through November. And
I feel
we're
like
in
fucking
December.
2 weeks ago we were hunting with Corey.
Man,
I feel like that was only like 3-4 weeks ago.
it's pretty nuts.
I know.
Pretty nuts. But you guys got anything else?
I'm good.
Be safe, man, out there. Wind's getting heavy. If you're hunting the water, it's getting cold. Just be safe.
Be cautious.
Yes.
And I will say,
Yes.
Brian will probably top me on this too. Be cautious of the winds, because if the wind's blowing out, your
Yes.
boat's probably going to get beached, right, Brian?
Right. That's what we were just saying. I was like, hey, you look up at 9 o'clock and you're like, damn,
There ain't no water left.
ain't no water left, man.
He sent me a picture, man. His deep V boat was just
Man,
saying,
that was worse than my boat in the strong unit 4 years ago.
Yeah, it's
Like, I at least had some water where I could take the gator tail and motor my way 20 feet and then motor my way another 20 feet and push. But that motherfucker was on dry land with a deep V. How did he even get it out?
I think he waited until the water came back up.
He got if the water came up within the same day or within the same night, he got lucky. Because I know motherfuckers have left their boat out for 3 or 4 days because that wind has stayed predominant.
Granted, I know that he I don't know exactly where he was at.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he was in the lake and that wind just changed a little bit, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, it could have came up a lot. But,
Yeah, be cautious. Be safe, man.
Yeah.
Especially if you're taking your kids out. Just watch. You don't want anything to ever happen.
there ain't nothing worth a bird, man.
No. Yep.
worth a bird.
Exactly.
But, no, I appreciate you guys tuning into this week's podcast. I apologize again for kind of taking the last couple of weeks off. It's just been busy over here. But I promise you guys that we got some good ones coming up. I mean, honestly, just stay tuned for like the reels. We're talking about a YouTube now. We're talking about more video aspect of it all. We're growing, man. We're growing.
Journey's gonna keep going, man.
And the people that are listening are just helping us out. And if you do have any questions with some guests, or if you have even questions on who's next on the podcast that you might have questions for, because I don't want to I don't know. Should we say some names or no?
No, let's keep it a surprise.
Okay. So
but I do just want to say, this time of year, we get into Thanksgiving, we get into Christmas. Thankful for
It's
everybody
busy.
that tunes in, everybody that follows along and listens.
yeah.
Because I know I even hunt with some guys on public that, and outside of my realm that listen to us all the time. And when I hear that, man, just
It's
super
humbling, man.
It is.
really
It's humbling, and we're just normal guys, and I can't begin to explain how appreciative we are that you guys tune in every week and listen to us. So
100%. And like I said, if you got questions on who's coming on, and trust me,
all I'm gonna say is the short read goose call.
that's a good one.
That's all I'm gonna say.
But there's some other ones though too, like the last name Free, the first name Tangle. No,
Yeah.
that ain't a lie. But like, if you guys have questions about guests, or if you have questions for our guests, message us on social media, whatever it may be. We appreciate every single one listening every week. We're gonna keep grinding it out, man. We're gonna start busting these out more. Cause honestly, I miss doing these, man.
Me too.
To be honest with you,
Like I said, it's the boys club over here, man. I love just hanging out.
it is. It is, especially last weekend, man.
Man, I needed that weekend so bad. I was telling him that from 2 weeks ago. I'm like, I need a night where I just, even with Bobo there, still.
He was partying with us.
Hell yeah, he was till 1 a.m. That kid was, and he was in a good mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is very rare to be
Well,
up that late. But yeah, I got to let off some steam. I got to talk with some guys that I don't normally get to talk to all the time, get
Right.
to know a little bit better.
Right.
Man, we had some fun that night.
Maybe that's what we'll do.
That was fun shit.
After season, little shindig up here too.
Yep.
Everybody that tunes in, get a hold of us. We'll get you the address and come chill with the boys.
Yes, sir.
So, Chris, appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate
Fonz,
it. Always a
appreciate you
pleasure,
coming on.
Chris.
And good luck to everybody for the rest of the year. And until next week, we'll see you guys.
Peace.